Hey, Trevor, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Hey, so you didn't go to the game yesterday, Mr. Season Ticket Holder, right?
Yeah, correct.
Right? I mean, it happens. You can't make it to everyone. Did you sell your tickets?
I tried, but no bites.
No go.
Oh no, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I swear, when I was looking at some of those extra points or field goals, there were Giants fans right in your seats. And it might not have been because maybe it was
Nah,
a little below.
There were a lot of Giants fans there. So
Yeah.
But I stand up top anyway now because
Right,
the bar is
but-
right there and there's a stand.
But
got
if you're
Jordan.
not there and you sold your seats, then it could have been to Giants fans.
Yeah, hanging out with Jordan Giorgio is where I'm at. So we're best friends now. So
Cool.
hey, Jordan, if you're watching, I just shouted you out. Hey guys, we won yesterday.
we did win, and we're going to talk about it here on Day After Reckoning.
Thomas is in. Touchdown, Washington. Lofting one. He's got a man. It's McLaurin in stride. Touchdown, Washington. Has it back. Chase Young. They're chasing him down the sideline. And Chase Young has a Washington touchdown.
And he does the.
Just like, come on.
That makes you laugh every time.
That deserves a wow.
Greetings and salutations, and yes, we have that door opening, which will get changed for next time, but it's all right. We'll forgive Stoner. He's got family in town, and he's a few drinks in, which I'm sure most of our fans were in. Are going to celebrate today because Washington won last night. Every day is a great day. So I'm
That's
Nathan
right.
Perry. This is Ref the District's Day After Reckoning, where we go over Washington football team's game the day before. I mentioned I'm Nathan. He's the Stoner.
What's up, boys?
We got Trev, who's also imparting, some knowledge while imbibing in some beverages. So I'm apparently going to be the only one who's going to be sober.
You
during
sound
this.
like the only drunk one.
Yeah, you sure?
Imbibing. What's the
yeah,
right word there?
Yeah, we're here to talk.
And
Let's
what are
do
you?
it.
What are you
All
drinking?
right,
Just
all right.
water?
Well, was the only
Yeah.
one of us who went to the game, and so if you guys
Yeah,
want your
Stoner,
gifts, then you might want to not. You might want to pump the brakes a little bit there.
We got
On that
gifts.
part. We got gifts. So I did manage to snag Ken Harvey's signature on the scarf that they're handing out, and I did, make
For
sure
heritage,
that
the Latino heritage. Month.
yes. So I made sure that my co-hosts were taken care of. So
Appreciate
That's why
that.
we love you,
Ken-
bro.
that's why
right.
that's why they keep me around.
That's the only reason.
Hey, did you get them signed like yours?
No, only one side.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I see how it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Right,
Well, I'm
right.
sorry, I'm not going to sit there and have Ken just sign a whole bunch of random items. It's just not going to happen.
Ken
What
Harvey
will
looks like he
happen,
can
though, is
still
if you
play.
want to join the show, you'll see on the bottom here. You can slide into our DMs there at Ref the District on Twitter. We'll send you a StreamYard link where you can join, kind of just like you'd be calling into a radio show. We'll have you on just for a short bit to kind of say your piece about what you thought about the game, and then you hop off. If you don't have a Twitter account, don't worry. Just go ahead and email us. That's refthedistrict@gmail.com. We're monitoring that as well. And of course, as always, you can just comment wherever you're watching because we stream this live on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. And then it's loaded to your favorite podcast platform afterwards. Make sure that you like and subscribe for wherever you are watching. So that way we know that you're out there and other people can find our content as well. Gents, we won.
Yep.
Big
I don't
victory.
even know how.
A golden W. What is it? It's a curly W for the Nationals. We
That's
don't
not
see
bad.
too many of this year, but it's what a golden W is. A
Golden W, not bad. I like
By
that.
the seat of our pants.
Give him a golden W. So we're gonna do the thing where we all kind of just give our little thoughts
Yeah, let's do
on
it.
the game. I think Nathan should go first this time. He always goes last.
You were there. You
Usually
were there.
I'm driving the show. That's usually why.
Oh,
that's
why.
That's right. So Stoner, if you want to take your stab at directing,
kicked you out and said, "You come on, you go first, Nathan. We want to hear your thoughts on what it was like to be there, and of course, thoughts on the game."
So it was a great experience. I was a little frustrated probably through the first couple quarters. There were, again, a lot of Giants fans, a lot of opposing fans that were there, and they were winning out, guys. They were there was chants of defense, and there was "Let's go Giant" chants that were erupting, that were audible. Like, you can hear them. It wasn't just like one tiny section. They were getting all of them into it, which is a problem. But by the end of the game, Washington fans were able to, thankfully, use their higher numbers and actually drown them out. So I appreciated that from our fan base, being able to muster up that kind of excitement as Taylor Heineke drove back, twice really. He drove for a victory. Defense let us down a couple times last night, but it was a good experience. Tried out the club level for the first time. That was very fancy. That's fancy up there. Yeah, that was
money up there.
It is. Right. It is very much money up there. And so we'll have to see whether or not that's what we'll be doing next year. But no, it was nice. It was a good experience. Didn't do any tailgating. Did check out the USO tent though. So if you're active duty military or a veteran, please check that out. It's an awesome experience. That's actually where I got Ken Harvey's signature. Free food, some Mission Barbecue. Shout out to Mission Barbecue.
Shout out Mission Barbecue one time. I'm taking over Trev's role. See, all our roles are just switching up today.
I think you're just taking all of them, Stoner. I think that's what that whiskey, that whiskey and ginger ale has done for you, is that it's given you just straight up just taking all of them.
I took Nathan's role and I took Trevor's role.
Do you want us just to leave? Like, we'll just sit here.
Hold on. We'll set this up. Let's just do
you can mute me. Don't take me away. Just mute me. I don't think that's the right way. Yeah, there you go. That's right. Let's go. All right. So this is what I found. No, come on. Keep going, Nathan. I want to hear the rest of.
No, that's good.
Well, I think thoughts on the game. Thoughts on the game.
Physically on the game. So, without getting into like players, because we have our go-goes and no-goes coming up in a little bit. Overall, I said in my prediction, right? I thought everyone was going really low with their scores. I thought it was going to be a high scoring affair. Ended up being, a high scoring affair. It was good to see the offense move the ball. The defense, while disappointing at times, it's kind of trying to do this bend, don't break thing. So, you appreciated some good plays coming out there from the defense. Still feel like there's something missing. And I do feel like this team easily could be 2-0, and this team could easily be 0-2.
Good point.
But right now they're 1-1, and we've got like 10 days to celebrate this W. It'll be even better, when Dallas loses on Sunday, and things are going to be good. Yeah,
and we need Philly to lose Sunday too. So
Philly losing would be nice. I'm not too worried about them long term.
Oh yeah,
I agree. Right. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
All right, Stoner.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah.
All right. Hear me out. All right, because I have a few thoughts on the game. Okay, which some you guys may agree and not agree with.
I have a bad feeling about this.
No. Listen,
okay.
It was a well-deserved and an earned win. They deserved to win that game. I thought overall they played better and made the right plays at the right times to win the game. They could have so easily lost the game. And what I wanted to say was that normally after a game, I listen to everybody. I read all of the blogs. I read the stories in the post, and I listen to the podcast, and I get all of that, and I glean what I can from each one before I come up with my decision. I didn't get a chance to do that today. So everything is still really fresh only from what I saw in the game. And I did rewatch it again today, though.
Yeah,
I was able to do that. So that was the first thing, is that I thought that they deserved to win the game, but if they had lost, they would have deserved to lose the game as well. It was just one of those games where whoever made the most plays at the end was going to win, and that's what Washington did. I'm not yet, even though most people are, I'm not yet on the Taylor Heineke train or whatever it's called. I'm not there yet. I was incredibly impressed with his play yesterday. He played awesome. Mm-hmm. One huge mistake aside, obviously, it was kind of like Gibson in week 1. Gibson was great in week 1 and made one mistake, and that basically cost him the game. That almost happened again, where Heineke played a great game and made one costly mistake. I'm not there yet, but I am open to the possibility that I could jump on that train. I haven't seen enough yet. It hasn't been a big enough sample size yet. The Giants, on the other hand, are a god-awful football team. Okay? Well, they're a god-awful football team. They made the worst mistakes throughout the entire game. And I don't understand a lot of the mistakes. It looks like an undisciplined team. Who knows what goes on behind the scenes, but they looked very undisciplined as a team.
That's what cost them the game in the end, was the fact that they weren't disciplined, right?
In a lot of ways. They made plays where they cost themselves field position because of dumb mistakes and missed out on points. They had penalties, obviously the last penalty, but the penalty when Daniel Jones ran that long touchdown in, but got called back because of holding, and they ended up kicking a field goal. That was huge. However, having said that, as god-awful as they were, we beat them by 1 point, almost by a miracle, because of that offsides play. So that's a little alarming.
A couple miracles then, right? Because it was an offsides play, and then it was a D-hop kick that was further than 40 yards.
Yeah, absolutely. So that overall
D-hop, we can't really tear down D-hop. D-hop.
Yeah, we can. It's only 2 games.
And then the last thing I want to say, and then we'll get to Trevor. Daniel Jones was a superstar last night. He did everything he could possibly do to help that team win, and there was nothing this top 5 defense, this reputed top 5 defense, could do. Daniel Jones threw the ball. He ran the ball. He made great decisions. He knew when to get to slide. He wasn't going to make the same mistake. He had 0 turnovers, and that's not what Daniel Jones normally does. When they would get pushed back for whatever reason because of a penalty or a loss of yards out of field goal range, he took what the defense gave him, got him into field goal range, and let their kicker get them 3 points. He didn't try to hit a home run or anything. He threw great passes all night long. He had a couple that were bad, but most of them were good. Daniel Jones played the game, almost the game of his career last night,
which he tends to do against Washington.
Right?
Yeah, it's not.
That's why I don't get why they're not better week in and week out.
Well, it's because he doesn't play like that week in and week out, and that's one of the Fireside. If you haven't checked it out, great conversation with the Fireside Giants that we had on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. That's one of their complaints about him, right? That's
right.
Is that he's just not consistent, and that's one of the things that they really want to see from him, because when he does play against Washington, this is his first loss to Washington.
Yeah, that's right.
He's 4-1 right now, but he looks like a quarterback who was taken in the first round.
Yeah.
He looks like a quarterback who's taken in the top 10, but then he plays everybody else and he just gives up the ball and he makes, bad decisions. What is it about Washington that makes him play that much
I don't know. But to finish it up, you got the W. That's what you absolutely had to have. And so therefore we can go into this next long break until we play Buffalo with a W, and you feel good about yourself and you go from there. So that's obviously a very positive outcome. Trevor.
Damn.
Sorry. I had to get some things out.
You let him talk.
That was only like 2 minutes. Come on.
I'm just messing with you. I'm happy as all get out that we won.
Mm-hmm.
but I'm really not happy at the way we did it. We pretty much lucked ourselves from the football gods into that victory. Daniel Jones ran down our throats for 95 yards, more than all of our running backs combined. He had that almost 60-yard touchdown run. If that hold didn't happen, which was a questionable hold, but it was a hold, torched. Darius Slayton bombed down the middle, miscommunication on defense, dropped. Could have, wrecked us. We made a stop after we threw an interception to cause them to kick a field goal.
Huge.
But huge. That was huge. But the interception put him in position to put the game away.
I don't know if they showed the Taylor Heineke's reaction after he threw that interception.
Oh yeah.
Helmet, he was big mad. He was big mad.
Everybody on the whole team was. You could hear the deflation from the stadium through the TV into your homes. Like it was just awful.
It was anyway, we'll talk about that more, but go ahead, Trey.
The penalty at the end saved D Hop's embarrassment because Graham Gano, former Washington football team, I'm getting loud, kicker, has a record of like 35 kicks in a row, and he made a 55 and a 52-yarder yesterday. D Hop is not out of the loop yet. I'm not giving that to him because if it wasn't for the flag
from Trevor's ire,
still in the doghouse.
Literally the literal flag saved his kick. That's all.
Sure, absolutely, and those things happen.
Honestly, guys, I didn't even recognize that he missed that first kick.
Oh yeah,
you thought he made it because the angle
the angle was one part of it. The other part was like you immediately saw the laundry, right? You saw the commotion, and so it's just kind of like the kick goes up.
We did it.
I couldn't see the ball, and I saw the commotion. I was just like, wait, what's going on? And I was just like, okay, no, there's excitement on the Washington side. We're that's great. So I was kind of going off of that excitement, thinking, oh, we won, and then I was like, oh, we're re-kicking. Oh, he missed the first one. Okay. All right.
There was probably enough Giants fans there that made it sound like he made it.
There was a lot of excitement. Really, guys, a lot of frustration when it came to that. When there was,
I'm sorry, that's how it is.
The interception, you mentioned the deflation. There was also a lot of excitement that was happening. Where there was some when that was thrown, and I was just like, we can't continue having the stadium. I think some people, eventually it's going to get there. Winning's going to get there. But 30, 60 or whatnot, or whatever some people said. Yes, Trevor, we're taking up your time.
Sorry, Trevor.
There's not a time limit here. You can talk.
I know.
For 10 minutes.
I had a comma in my statement, which probably thought you guys I'm not done. Anyways, all I'm gonna say is I don't think we deserve to win that. I think we were gifted that. I don't even think we even beat the Giants in the game. I think the Giants literally beat themselves. Like I said, the drop bomb, the touchdown run by Daniel Jones, the offsides. I mean, they kicked field goals the rest of the game. Our defense still allowed 29 points. I don't care if it is field goals. We still allowed them down there in that territory.
Right.
If the Giants cleaned up their mental errors, they would have blown us out.
Yeah.
So, I agree with you, Nathan. We could have been 0-2 or 2-0. And Stone, I agree with you. We deserved to win, and then we didn't deserve to win. So I'm glad we won.
Yeah.
But we have a lot to clean up because now the schedule gets real.
That's right.
Josh Allen does the same thing that Daniel Jones with that read option.
RPO, that's right.
That killed us every single time last year and this year. So if we don't clean that up, we're doomed.
And we're doomed. How do you defend an RPO?
You be more disciplined. You just reps and reps and reps, I guess.
We saw some great defense last year from this team on the RPO. Chase Young was fooled once, right?
And that was a huge fool too. But he was. And then the very next time he was not having it and completely took out Jalen Hurts. And we're also very lucky Saquon Barkley is not 100% because when he broke for that 41-yard run.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we won, but we got a lot to fix. We lucked out.
So not really feeling, but you know, we got Stoner who's not feeling, you know, Heineke yet, and Trevor's not feeling.
I'm not sold. I mean, look what we had to do to beat the New York Football Giants by 1 point, and all they did was kick field goals.
Right, they didn't get to 29 points by kicking field goals, but they
scored. They scored 2 touchdowns and the rest with field goals, 5 field goals.
Right. They did kick a lot of field goals, but you can chalk that up to a good defense that is bending and not breaking. They get down into the red zone.
That is true.
You did not let them in the end zone.
And also because we kept answering their field goals. But if we don't answer their field goals, that's not going to do us any justice because we bend and don't break. How about let's just be solid and don't bend at all?
Yeah. Well, I thought our defense, I thought the Washington defense played better than they did last week, even though they gave up more points than they did last week. I thought the Chargers did whatever they wanted up and down the field, and then for whatever reason they only got to 20 points. They could have had a whole lot more points.
Whereas
you got to think with the Chargers, not that this is a day after reckoning for the Chargers game, but with the Chargers specifically, they had the red zone interception, and then they're at the end of the game. They're at like the 6-yard line. So that right there was potentially, you know, they're 14 points.
Yeah, they left a lot of points out there, but I didn't think the Giants left a lot of touchdowns out there. They didn't necessarily leave a lot of points out there because they converted those non-touchdowns into field goals with 5 field goals. So they didn't leave a whole lot of points out there, but they left enough.
I did see a stat that our defensive line, out of the 38 dropbacks for Daniel Jones, we had 17 pressures, which is like almost 45%. Which is better. Improvement. Yeah, we're getting better. So that gives me encouragement that we're only going to get better because we're actually literally doing that. But by no means should we be saying we're a top 5, top 10 defense, because
not right now.
We are not.
Daniel Jones was pressured a whole lot more than Justin Herbert was.
Shout out Jonathan Allen too, 2 sacks.
But when he was pressured, or when he was not pressured, I mean, he was throwing darts. He was hitting guys open. He was playing extremely well. When he had pressure, he was not doing that. So that's a huge difference. Obviously, you get pressure on the quarterback, you're going to force mistakes. Here's something. I was talking to my dad about this yesterday. You guys tell me if you agree with this. If you take an average quarterback, give me an average quarterback in the NFL. Just an average to below average.
Kirk Cousins.
Hey,
Nathan.
You guys both said the
What's
same
up,
thing.
bro?
All right. Give me an average to below average wide receiver.
Devontae Parker, Miami Dolphins.
Okay, that's a good one. If you take Kirk Cousins and Devontae Parker, put them on a football field, a regulation football field, and then give me the best cornerback in the NFL.
Jair Alexander.
Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey, right? He's probably considered the best corner.
Wait, hold on. Who did Trevor say?
Jair Alexander.
That's a good one too. That's a good one too. So let's say you have
not a part of the 99 club, but
no, you're right.
Let's say you have Kirk Cousins and Devontae Parker on the field, and they know what they're going to do. Right. And then you have Jalen Ramsey one-on-one with Devontae Parker.
Okay.
No, nobody else on the field.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins is going to complete a pass to Devontae Parker 90 to 95 times out of 100.
One-on-one drills,
it's absolutely impossible for a defensive back to cover a receiver, and if the quarterback knows what's going on with that one guy, he's going to complete the pass. That's just how it is in the NFL. The difference is obviously when you have different coverages, you have other receivers involved in the play, you have a pass rush, you have time and score, and that's going to affect how well your quarterback can do it. If Taylor Heineke went back there and focused on Terry McLaurin every time, he's going to complete 11 out of 14 for 107 yards and a touchdown, because Terry McLaurin is going to win his matchup against Bradford, who's a great Bradbury, a great cornerback. He's going to beat him every time.
Yeah, and he did.
Right. And so that's the difference in a game is can your quarterback have the time to find the receiver that's open, because there's a receiver open on every play and there's the other team that cannot. And when Daniel Jones has time, he's an NFL quarterback. He can find an open receiver every time.
Back to school, Trevor raising his hand.
Trevor.
To piggyback on that, Stoner.
Yeah.
And I think both of you said that this wasn't going to happen, but Adam Humphries got a lot of targets last night.
Did. Sure he did.
And a lot of good catches.
Receiver.
You know what?
He's
he didn't get was
receiver.
that touchdown. So
it's fine, but he got that first down to put us in field goal range.
He did. I'm not saying he wasn't productive, but that's not what the dollar was for.
Wow, I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Just 3 words.
We'll recap.
Can I give them to you? Can I give them to you?
No, not yet. Not yet.
The dollar later.
I know what
we'll pay up.
I just want to say 3 words. I just want to say 3 words.
Does it rhyme with Schmicky Meal Holmes?
I think it does. Ricky Seals Jones. Okay, let's do the recap. Go ahead, Nathan. Go ahead.
So we're going to do that later. We'll do dollar recap later. We'll pay up later. But yes, Ricky Seals Jones, a moved tight end, moved pretty dang on well and caught a ball that Samus Reyes definitely would not have caught.
I told you.
Yeah.
That was absolutely right.
Did you notice who was the first one to greet Ricky Seals Jones on the sideline? Samus Reyes.
Yes, it was. Samus
Reyes
cool
was jumping on him, and
that was cool to see. That's how you know the tight end room is close knit group.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good. I want to welcome Jazzy to the live.
Jazzy,
thanks for our EP for chiming in here. Just want to remind anyone who's watching live, because we have quite a few of you, that you can actually join the chat. Not just here in the comment section, but you can actually DM our Twitter account, and we'll go ahead and slide into our DMs there, and we'll send you a link to the video side of the house. We'll pull you in. You can share your thoughts on the game. If you don't have Twitter, don't worry about that. Just go ahead and email refthedistrict@gmail.com, and Stoner will make sure that you get that link, and we'll add you in. And again, you can share your thoughts to it. While we're here talking about some quality players, let's go ahead and move on to our go-goes and no-goes.
Okay, let's do it. Do we have a music?
Nathan, you're first.
We really are enjoying this. Nathan goes first, huh? Go for me, J.D. McKissick.
Sometimes you get the short shrift, Nathan, so that's why I wanted you to go first. When you go last, sometimes you get the short shrift. So, all right.
My role in this whole podcast is to make sure things go smoothly.
I understand.
I allocate time, and that's my role. And
okay.
So
all right, go back to your go Nathan. Who was that?
JD McKissick.
I agree with you.
Much larger role this game than game one. I think largely because they wanted more pass protection in there. Not that Gibson couldn't do pass protection, but you didn't see Jarrett Patterson as much, even though you saw him game one. And it's not like Patterson played poorly. No. I think that it really just came to they wanted that veteran backfield to assist for Heineke and his, realistically, I know he had the start against Tampa Bay. This is his first real game, right?
Yeah.
Everything's game planned for him. This is it, make it or break it. This is your chance to prove that you're going to be a starter in this league. You're not just taking it because you're the backup who we have. You are going to be the guy if you can play well. So JD McKissick, great job. One of the more productive players on the team.
Running the ball too, right?
Running the ball, he was reasonably effective.
Yeah.
A go for me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Adam Humphries, honestly.
Sure. Why not? Absolutely.
What was that look for? I saw the look, Nathan. Nathan kind of semi-rolled his eyes, like, whatever.
He
tripped over his own feet. And he got thrown into Stoner. This is my go.
I'm sorry, but I was just gonna say he did what Adam Humphries does. Well, I don't understand why Nathan is killing that.
Exactly. That's what he's a security blanket. He's not this all-out go-getter slot receiver. He's a true slot receiver, true route runner, possession receiver. Yeah. And he stumbled over his feet. Yeah, that happens. But so did J.D. McKissick. He always does. He gets excited. Open field. He trips over his feet. But Adam Humphries caught good balls. got that first down that we needed to get in the field goal range. People say that he was not going to get any targets because Ryan Fitzpatrick wasn't out there. They're wrong. Adam Humphries is a yeah, I did that.
I said that he was going to start having diminishing targets. I didn't say immediately out the gate. Yeah, so he was seven receptions for 44 yards. By the way, J.D. McKissick on the ground got the touchdown, but otherwise not all that effective.
Hold on, 7 running for 44.
Seven receptions for 44 yards.
Was it 7 targets? I thought he only had like 4, but I could.
He had 7 receptions for 44 yards. I'm looking at the stats right now.
Stats don't lie.
Yeah, right. You're right about that. Okay, nice.
All right, Stoney, your go-go. Before
my go-go. You guys are gonna hate my under the radar go-go, which is D-Hop. He hit the game-winning field goal, so he's a go-go, and he went 3 for 3, and he went 2 for 2. What do you go 3 for 3 on extra points, which are no gimmies anymore. But my real go-go, and I hate to say it because I'm not a fan of this guy, Taylor Heineke played with absolutely huge monster huevos.
No fear.
Was awesome this game. And I'm not a Taylor Heineke stan. I'm not a big fan, but he played amazing. So I just want to give him his due that even though I'm not a big fan, he was awesome. There you go. That's my go-go.
You snuck into go-go's.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Let's start. We didn't talk about Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin, obviously,
you got to be slick.
That's a gimme.
That's gimme. You mentioned on the defensive side of the ball, there was another gimme there. Jonathan
Allen, yes,
just absolutely a monster.
Pay that man, and we did. He's deserving that money.
Yeah, he was great for sure.
So I just wanted to remind people that we do have the ability to jump you into our live chat here. In fact, we got a person here who's going to join us. It's Big Doug from the Big Doug Show.
From the Big Douglas Show. What's up, Doug?
Put him the big screen here.
There you go.
Doug!
Make sure that he's unmuted too.
Hey, fellas.
Hey,
what's poppin'?
Thanks for joining us.
Not my strong suit, but if I'm in here with you guys, I feel like I did something.
Oh, did we lose him already?
I think so. He's lamenting technology and then ran into some technical difficulties there. It looks like maybe a poor connection for Big Doug. We're gonna go ahead and remove him for this right now. We're gonna keep him in the background, and if he gets that working, then we'll go ahead and we'll add him back to.
Hi, Sarah.
To the chat there. I still want to talk to him. It looks like. Maybe he's good now, so we're gonna go. Right. We're gonna go back.
I'm back.
Let's get a shot here.
There we go.
Okay,
how'd you feel about the show, Big Doug?
I've moved outside. I've been trying to set up an outside studio. The Wi-Fi here is terrible, but I think I've got you set up here. I'm sorry, fellas.
Yeah, no worries.
Good,
technology.
What are your thoughts on the game? Yeah,
welcome
what are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah. Thank you, fellas. Thank you for the quick invite. I was happy to jump on here. My thoughts on the game?
Yes.
I said this 5 minutes ago. This team could be 2-0. They could easily be 0-2.
Yep.
That's exactly the same thing. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not exactly sure which way I'm leaning more. The side that makes me feel good about 2-0. Or the side that makes me, put up the funny ampersands and stuff for the curse words. Because Antonio Gibson doesn't fumble on the 5-yard line. I really think we feel good about that win against what will be a very good Chargers team, right? I mean, that team is going to end up being really good, one of the premier offenses in the league, I'll bet you. And we gave up 20. In the modern NFL, if you give up 20 points, you're expecting to win that football game. I know Ron Rivera is.
Yeah.
And same thing goes. That game felt last night like it was in hand. And then all of a sudden, Heineke throws that pass, and you're like, it's on 2-time. Like, what are we doing here? So,
yeah.
I don't know. The team is confusing. I've said this a bunch. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. I know I rambled here for a second. Ron Rivera teams get better as the season goes along. I mean, that's just true. What it is. They've dumped a ton of stuff on young players, And we'll see. Like I said, Ron's made a lot of good choices, and he's built up some like sweat equity, if you will. He's made some decisions that I wouldn't have made, and we'll see if they pay off.
Yeah. Awesome.
Big Doug, I agree with everything you said, bro. I don't know if I should be happy that we could have been 2-0 or upset that we could be 0-2. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
We put up 30 points, but look what we had to do that. We allowed
Somebody
29.
please tell me, you guys are better at the history of it than I am. Somebody please tell me the last time this team scored points with a 3 at the front.
It's been a hot minute.
Wow.
It's been a hot minute.
A long time.
Did they do it all last year? Or
No.
Not one time, big fella, and you know that.
Probably since Kirk Cousins.
They dropped 40 on Dallas, and that was it. Everything else 20.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. That was pretty awesome.
The Ben DiNucci game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So, Big Doug, what do you think about our defense? You think it's improving, or do you think it's the same as it was game 1?
I'm curious to hear what you guys think. This looks like day 1, year 1 install. 90% of this defense is back for year 2. It should not look like day 1, year 1 install. William Jackson is getting a lot of snaps, so maybe communication isn't perfect for him. I still think he's an upgrade over Darby. You saw Darby's out, right? Amazing that we were able to get a full year out of him.
Yeah.
And McCain is getting snaps in abundance. So maybe communication. But other than that, you tell me where the new pieces fit in that shouldn't understand what we're trying to achieve on defense. So you'd be hard-pressed to explain to me that we didn't take a step back yesterday, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah. Yeah, those are all great points. I think we were talking about it earlier that the defense played better yesterday, yet gave up more points than they did the week before.
We had more pressures, but still not enough.
They had a great breakdown with the 4-man rush where they actually won. Each individual guy, won their 4-man, and that's what you want from a vaunted defensive line, is for these guys to be able to win on a 4-man rush. You don't want to have to pull in a blitz package, especially as you mentioned, if you hold a team to 20, you're expecting to win that game. And a lot of times holding them to 20 means you're getting after the quarterback with as few guys as possible. So that you have, you're making that coverage a little bit more difficult to catch a ball, because Stoner brought up one-on-one receivers got the advantage. So you got to have the ability to kind of blanket an entire field. The defense, I think, honestly, I think you bring up a good point, Big Doug, here about the fact that most of this team was here from last year. We shouldn't be seeing these communication issues that we did see last year, and we can excuse those. Hey, this is the first time. Now, a lot of the players were mismatched, right? So we went from the 3-4 to a 4-3. So there was a lot of learning for that. This year shouldn't be that kind of learning.
Shouldn't be a lot of learning.
So it is interesting to see them not.
A lot of 5-man, a lot of 43 under 5-man fronts yesterday.
I saw that. Yeah, I did notice that. A lot of times it was 5 down.
Our Washington football team Pod's group's been calling it the shark attack defense with those 5 defensive linemen.
Well, I'm gonna go to the offensive side of the ball real quick.
All right.
Sam Cosme in pass protection is what's going on over there? Is
shaky? Is that the word?
Yeah. Did we reach? Or I mean, I know it's 2 games in, but he had that targeting penalty thing or whatever, and he just let people go right by him, causing Taylor Heineke to panic.
Well, so the one that people point to as far as the sack that he gave up, and I'm going to use quotations for that one because that one was Heineke. Heineke had a clean pocket and could have moved up. Heineke ran backwards, and as an offensive tackle, you're supposed to push your guy out and around to give your quarterback a good clean pocket.
Agreed.
So when Heineke moved backwards, Cosme was just pushing him into him, but Cosme doesn't know that because Cosme doesn't have eyes in the back of his head.
Yeah.
So I don't put that on Cosme. And if you actually look at the rest of the game, Cosme actually did pretty well this game, especially compared to last game where Boza was using him as a rag doll. Now, a lot of that also helped where, again, J.D. McKissick was seeing a lot more play. They were trying to give him some help over there on the right-hand side. But I think Cosme, showed up fairly well yesterday against the Giants.
What do you think, Doug?
How about this? The coaching staff is pleasantly arrogant.
So
that they are.
What I mean by that is they really feel like you got the skills, they'll coach you up. And look at how they drafted. So Jamin Davis, I know we haven't gotten to the defense yet, but we expected a lot. The coaching staff, I think, knew exactly how much time it was going to take for him, and they've done it real slow. I think Cosme is the same way. We talked about like the bonus points that Ron Rivera's gotten and the good decisions he's made. There are some of them out there that are yet to be seen. We'll see whether letting Morgan Moses go was a smart move. They didn't know him anything. I mean, he was so cheap to keep. They let him go. Ryan Kerrigan was cheap to keep, So some of those we haven't figured out yet. Cosme, again, they threw him out there and basically said, we believe in you, son. Go out there and make us proud. And they feel like and they feel like they can coach him up to do that. You can't coach a guy up to do that in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, as fans, we want it now. I want it now. But I think the coaching staff really it understands what it takes to get these guys to where they're trying to get them. It takes time.
Yeah.
I definitely don't question the leadership capabilities of Ron Rivera. Did you guys watch the post game?
Those guys love the kicker.
The second chances. Oh,
yes.
Those guys love the kicker, man. Whether you do or not, they've had
So
family troubles, and the team loves that dude.
So do I have to admit.
All right, Big Doug, we appreciate you jumping on the chat here with us. You can catch Big Doug on his own show at Big Doug Show, the Big Douglas Show. So he's you wearing the sport in the hat. Love to see it. And where can they catch the Big Doug Show?
We're everywhere, anywhere you get your podcast at the Big Douglas Show. We're on YouTube, the Big Douglas Show. We do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday a recap, a look ahead with a beat reporter. This week we have the sideline reporter for the Bills will be on. That'll be cool, and we'll wrap up Friday with Nikki Javala from the Post and try to get up what's going. So. Check us out. And listen, I appreciate you guys having me on. I like what you guys are doing. It's fresh. And the nice thing is it feels like as many pods that are covering this team, everybody's got a little different flavor, and I really dig what you guys are doing. So appreciate y'all having me on for a couple of minutes, and respect.
Yeah,
yes,
sir. Appreciate you, Doug.
Always, Big Doug.
All right, so as you heard him, you can catch Big Doug Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on the Big Doug Show. I'm on the big screen here, but we're actually going to have another friend join us here in just a bit. But I want to give some shout-outs. Sarah, Mama Stores in the chat, and Mike as well. We shared your comments on the
Mike
screen.
from Southwest. Nice.
But we wanted to make sure that we gave you a shout-out for watching.
Stoner.
So our next guest.
My mom's here. You didn't say anything about my mom, dude.
I shouted Mama Stores out a couple of times. You just might not have been listening. I love Mama Stores.
All right.
We do love our Mama Stores. Let's go ahead and give some love here to Tony, who's going to join us here. Let me make sure I unmute you right there.
How we doing?
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
Tony, how was that? How were you at the end of that game? Did you lose a couple of years off the end of your life with the amount of heart palpitations you had there?
Oh, for sure, man. When we threw that pick, you're like, we've seen this story 100 times.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh, we have some life. We drive down for the field goal. Adam Humphries finally does something, and then Hopkins misses a kick. You're like, oh, got my hopes up. But then
a miracle happened.
We get to kick it again. So it was like, wow.
Yeah,
it's nice to finally win a bonkers game.
Yeah, that's true.
You're right.
With that interception, we haven't talked too much about it. What do you feel about that interception? Because it was a short yardage situation. It was like second down, so you had a couple downs to play with. Why throw the ball there?
Yeah, same thing. I don't understand that. We were running pretty good the previous few plays. Just give it to Gibson again. Even if he gets stuffed, who cares? Because then the Giants have to call another timeout. So yeah, I didn't understand that play call
at all.
And kind of the same thing on the other end too. When the Giants had the ball after the interception and they had a third down trying to run out the clock before the 2-minute warning, and they threw a pass on third down, which gave Washington, and it was incomplete, gave Washington that free timeout that they didn't have to use, that they were able to use when they were driving down on their last drive. That was kind of a boneheaded thing. They didn't throw an interception.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
That was. Are you so? Hey, Tony, are you a Taylor Heineke? What do they call it? The Hive? Heineke Hive?
Part of the Hive?
Yeah, are you part of the Hive, or are you not?
No, I'm in that kind of like most people, or a lot of people, just kind of the wait and see.
That's me. Yep.
And the one thing that really impressed me this game, I was really surprised, was he looked good in the pocket. I really thought he did that whirling dervish. Oh, the play's breaking down. Let's go bananas kind of play. But, this game, he mostly did all his damage from in the pocket. So that was a good sign. But we'll see. We'll see how things go.
So Tony, overall grade of the team yesterday.
It's weird, like because like the defense was so bad, but then there's they shut down Galladay. Like he didn't really have a big game. You didn't hear his name. So I guess like a B, because the offense, like Big Doug said, when did we score 30 points?
Right.
And the defense, they still have a lot of work to do. So it was kind of a mixed mash game. It was kind of, but I know in the NFL that happens a lot. There's just some games you can't really explain. It's crazy. It's just nice to see our offense actually do something when they needed to.
Exactly.
So we go over our go-goes and no-goes here on Ref the District. Who would be somebody that's a go-go for you? Studs and duds, somebody who was a star player.
I think it's like Chase Roulier in the interior, because Leonard Williams didn't do anything. You didn't hear his
true.
name. And he's such a stud D tackle. So for me, that's kind of under the radar stud.
Nice. I like it.
I like that.
And how about your no-go? Who would be your no-go?
Yeah.
Oh, man. My no-go is Jack Del Rio for this game.
He's going hard.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, and then the few times when he did blitz, you saw there were pressure, because to me, Daniel Jones, it's in his DNA. Like, he wants to fumble. Like, just dial it up.
You're right. Yeah.
For some reason, he didn't against us, because I don't think the game plan on defense was where it should be. So, so for me, those are my two.
All right,
All
word.
right. Well, Tony, we appreciate you joining us here on Ref the District.
Appreciate you guys,
bro.
Thanks for giving us your go-goes and no-goes.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice seeing you, Tony.
Alrighty. Take care.
Take care.
Yeah.
I
got the big screen.
You did get the big screen. We're not going to give you the
Oh.
big screen for very long. Can't even do that.
Thank you.
And not only can I can't give you the big screen. I have to make sure everybody's in the right,
in the same.
particular
I always
corner
have
there.
to be up here.
Yes.
I'm always on
Trevor's
the bottom.
always down here.
Sorry for the
know.
bottom, but now you're here, Trevor.
Hey, exactly.
And now you're here.
Shout out Drake one time.
All right.
Have we done our
haven't
no-goes?
picked our no-goes.
Yeah.
We have not done our no-goes, so that's why I ended Tony's segment. Thanks for coming on with us.
That's cool.
We're going to keep doing that, I think, for the day after Reckoning, where people can join us. I am going to stop it for now. So if you're trying to come on now, only because we're at 48 minutes, we try to keep these about an hour long.
Yeah. Yep.
So next time, hit us up earlier. We'll make sure that we get you in there. So we appreciate Big Doug and Tony for joining us. As always, our comment sections are open. We're having a lot of fun there right now in our comment section. We do stream this live, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. So you can always interact with us live, but on our day after Reckonings, you'll be able to actually join us live, just like Tony did. So pretty exciting to be able to have our fans join us. Let's go over our no-goes. Am I going first against Stoner? Are we going to do that way?
No, I think Trevor should go first.
Trevor should go first.
Ooh, my no-go? I'm going to say the miscommunication on defense is a no-go.
Yeah.
I know it's not a player because, you know what I mean? Like the entire defense was bad. So it's just hard to pinpoint. But yeah, the miscommunication on the back end is really bad. And in the cornerback area, it's in safety area, it's really bad. We got to get that shored up before the season gets really going here. So that's my no-go.
I hear you. I think that's fair.
Stoner?
I don't know that I have a specific one because I'm not smart enough to understand defensive schemes and such. So there was just too many times that either the right personnel wasn't in there or the linebackers weren't deep enough that Daniel Jones was just throwing 15, 16-yard darts to wide open guys. And I don't know who the no-go is. I don't know if that's Del Rio. I don't know if that's the talent of the linebackers. I don't know if that's guys not doing their assignments. Whatever it is, that inability to cover those 15 and 16-yard plays, pass plays, that's my no-go. I'm sorry, I'm not specific on a guy, but
no, you're good.
I think that's the second one in a row, right? So can we make it 3 for 3 then? Because my no-go would be whoever has the assignment to contain Daniel Jones. You know he can run.
Yeah.
Why is this guy
killing us?
Literally every time, like if you guys have ever played flag football, right?
Yes.
It's always talk about outside containment, right? You want to,
of course.
Every time he broke outside containment, I was just like, who the heck didn't do their job?
We all fell for the fake. Safeties in the box.
For the fake, or they got pushed inside. Like their linemen, there was a great chip block by their tight end who just completely put Chase Young on his backside and into another player, right? They were doing that quite consistently, not putting Chase on his backside, but just to the defensive ends and to the linebackers. They were able to push them inside, so they had those outside running lanes for Jones to be able to run wild. It was just entirely inefficient.
What's that say for our defense if we couldn't even catch Daniel Jones?
Nobody could catch him. Nobody could catch him.
And he ran a 4.8 something or something like that at the combine.
So if he ran a 4.8, Landon Collins runs a 4.95.
Easy, because that was
Landon Collins couldn't catch him.
Last
year or this year.
Nobody can catch him. So just imagine what Pat Mahomes is going to bring to town. Russell Wilson, Derek Carr when we go
Josh
there.
Allen.
Josh Allen.
As long as the defense can work that outside containment, it won't be as bad.
As long as. That's a very...
All right, now I know I said that we were done having special guests on.
We were just kidding.
We weren't kidding, but we are going to make a special assignment here for Steve from Washington Football Addicts. Steve, thanks for joining us here on Ref the District, man.
Thank you, Jets. I'm so honored. I'm gonna cry. Y'all made a special spot for me.
Steve, I tuned into your guys' post game last night.
I saw the comments.
We all
man.
did.
Dude, it's crazy.
Are you still feeling that crazy? Like Phil was just beside himself.
Dude,
how are you feeling today? Like 24 hours later.
Man. I had to get up at 5. I couldn't sleep. Like my heart was just like in a tizzy. But eventually, I think I fell asleep like an hour later. But yeah, it was great, man. That winning high is just
there's nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
The whole day's better, right? Like your whole Friday,
your whole weekend
better. So normally, the whole weekend's going to be better.
The best is a Monday. But when you lose on a Sunday, then you have all week to dwell on. So Thursday, we got more football coming up. So that's cool.
So Steve, what do you think about the game? Like realistically, now that we've gotten over the fan.
Yeah, it was. I'll just chime in on some of the stuff you guys were saying. When I did my prediction, I knew Daniel Jones. I said he was going to get 60 yards because we've never been able to contain Daniel Jones. Yeah. And like you guys said at the end, I think Nathan said it. You have to put a spy on a quarterback who's mobile. You have to. I don't care who it is. Someone has to spy him because he's always ran all over us every time. I think he had 75 yards last night.
I think he had like 95.
Sorry, on 14 carries, something like that. Yeah, 95. So and then that was a big thing is spying Daniel Jones, and then John Bostic just being John Bostic again. And
he played better last night.
He played better, but did y'all see he fell on his face once, twice?
He did. He stopped Saquon though once.
He did.
But what he did, and I tweeted this out earlier, didn't get credit for it. I don't know, it was second half. Daniel Jones called an audible, and then John Bostic recognized that and positioned Cam Curl right there to the left side, and we stuffed that run for a no gain. That was he doesn't get enough credit for that because he's doing that constantly.
No, that's the part that we do give him credit for. Is he's a smart
nobody really does.
Player.
Steve did just now.
Football player.
What was the first thing that Steve said?
I was
because he's decidedly mediocre on the field. If he just be coaching, coach up these young guys. We'd be great. But instead, we keep putting them on the field. And we talked about Landon Collins not being able to catch Dan Jones. Where was Bostic in that?
Yeah, Bostic anybody. He can catch a cold. That's about it.
Yeah, and Jones is sneaky fast. I mean, you might ran a 4.8, 4.9, but
I don't even know.
There is if you play, you guys know this. There's practice speed and there's game speed. His game speed. He's got that fast twitch. I mean, where did he run that? Remember that one like super long rush he did and he fell on his face like
against the Eagles. Yeah.
He's fast.
That's hilarious.
He is, man. But, yeah, it was a great game.
Taylor Heineke.
Yes,
Taylor Heineke. Is he the QB for the rest of the season? I'm not even going to say that for the future, right?
Yes,
he's the QB for the rest of the season.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes, I think he is. I mean, Fitz is going to come back week 6. That's 3 weeks before the bye. We'll have already run through Atlanta, Buffalo, New Orleans, one more in that. I think
Chiefs. KC.
And the Chiefs, yeah. So I think he's the guy. I mean, Fitz is 38. And I know they love Kyle Allen. I kind of think Kyle Allen's like Ron Rivera's, son. Like Ryan Grant was Jay Gruden's son. He loves Kyle Allen, but I don't think Kyle Allen can produce what Taylor Heineke has like right now.
What if we lose those games that you just mentioned? Knock on wood that we don't.
All of them?
Yeah. Like what if we beat? Let's say we beat the Bills and then we lose to the Saints, the Falcons, and the Chiefs. What do we do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we go on a bad losing streak, I guess you have to see what you got in Kyle Allen because you got to show up your plan for next year. Unless you just go into the camp with those two guys, and then here we are again in quarterback mediocrity next year. So, but I hope Taylor is the guy. I mean, the players love him, the fans love him. It was
Do you love
electric. I don't love him yet. I like him a lot. I don't love him yet because I really want to see how he rolls through Buffalo.
Didn't you put the shirt on last night? Didn't you put that shirt on?
I did. I had my Heineke shirt. I did. No. I mean, I don't love him as like the crowned guy. I love what he brings to the table, but I really want to see him through. Like we played the Giants. Come on. Yes. I want to see how he does against the Bills and specifically the Saints. And we'll talk after.
We almost lost. It was the Giants. He threw a pick, which almost cost us the game.
That's what I'm saying. Let's go up against like the Bills. The Bills is going to be a fantastic test.
Yeah, it is.
For the whole team, not just for Taylor Heineke, but for the whole team.
And I'm happy that the offense improved head and shoulders from last week, where the defense seemed to kind of I don't know what you guys think, but I think the defense kind of maybe idled. I don't think got better.
We idled. We idled. Yeah.
That's
we got
fair.
More quarterback pressures, but that's about it.
Yeah. So hey, we're 1-1. If we'd have been 0-2, I think that would have been that might have been it.
People have been selling jerseys.
Saved by the flag. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. Steve, we want to thank you for joining us here. You can catch Steve on the Washington Football Addicts. They're on YouTube. Where else are you at, Steve?
We're also out on Twitter at WF Addicts and Facebook. You can just search for Washington Football Addicts. Thanks for having us, guys. Love what you guys do. Keep putting out the content. Try to get these live streams as much as possible. Evenings are a little rough with the kids, but I'll always try to get what I can. Thanks, fellas.
Awesome. Much appreciated.
Yep. Take care, fellas.
All right, I'm glad we had Steve on there, and I forewent the decision to not.
Every time you come back,
every time. But I'm going to do it. All right.
So what we've all been waiting for.
It's time to pay up, gents. It's time to pay up.
Pay up.
Dollar bills, y'all.
All right.
Look at that dumbass. Oh, sorry.
Say dumbass on this show.
Mama Stores, got to get on your son there.
I've been drinking.
All right, here we go.
Let's run through these pretty quickly. We don't need to go too hard on them.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Trevor and Nathan had Sweat and Young each with a sack, and that did not happen.
Did not happen.
So you both owe me $1.
Did Chase not? He didn't get one.
Nope.
Did what he had two?
Okay, no.
Allen had 2.
Oh yeah. There's 4
Fuller
sacks.
had 1. Who was
that's
the
who it
fourth
was.
one?
Fuller.
Well, who had the 4th? If you had Allen with 2 and Fuller with 1,
I
who
think
had
Nathan's
the 4th?
on it right now. Our stats guy's on it right
All
now.
right, he'll look at
Sacks,
that,
you had Fuller, Allen with 2, Sweat with 1.
So Sweat had 1.
Yeah,
But Young did not
Sweat
have
had 1.
Yeah.
And missing from there was
and I think Jazzy mentioned that that Chase is in a sophomore slump. I don't think so. I think he played really well yesterday.
2 games.
He's getting a lot of attention But if he's going to be as elite as as we think that he is, he has to fight through those.
That's right.
I mean,
and he did on occasion. So it's a long season. I'm not going to judge him based off of these 2 games. So we're going to give him some slack for now.
Do you know how many hits Taylor Heineke had on him?
7.
How many times he was hit?
7.
4 times.
Nice.
One was the sack.
Offensive line did well.
I thought they played very well. I thought he stood back there and had a lot of time to throw.
And as much as I was given some credit by EB for being smart with the offensive line, being pretty good for dumping off the ball pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Heineke isn't that dump off guy. That guy is looking to hit home downfield. Runs. He definitely is looking to hit home runs.
Only problem was his arm is just, you can tell he's not a guy who zings it in there. He's a guy that kind of lollipops it in, and
he throws really high.
Yeah, he tends to. I think he knows that he can't zing it in there, so he throws it a little bit higher. So it's not to get
killed.
Yeah. All right, Nathan and Trevor had Heineke throws 2 touchdowns. How many did he have?
2, baby.
Oh yeah,
Ricky
he did.
Jones.
Yeah, and McLaurin. And
hey, I'm doing the Perry shimmy.
The Perry shimmy. And you know what? And we only talked about it very briefly. Terry McLaurin was an absolute stud.
I don't even think we have to keep talking about that. That's just a given.
I would.
So good.
I mean,
I'm kind of.
So good.
I don't want to call him scary. Terry
this is a good one. Stoner over 2.5 field goals for D-Hop. He had 3, baby.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He went 3 for 3.
Yeah, baby.
Including that game winner.
That's how they got to 30.
Saved by the flag.
That's right.
We all were.
Dexter Lawrence.
Oh, Trevor.
What's up? Talk to me.
McLaurin and Humphreys with 1 touchdown each.
Damn.
Stoner and Nathan both said no. So that's another.
I'm not doing it.
And there's the one we talked about at the very beginning. Trevor, do you want to talk about it?
No, hold on. I want to read this comment real fast.
Okay.
From Steve, from who was just on. One more thing I love about Taylor. It's all about how you respond in the face of adversity. You bounce back from failure. And then he's exactly right. Yep.
Taylor was awesome
yesterday.
I hope he can be awesome the rest of the
even
year.
If you're not a member of the Hive, which I'm not.
I'm not either.
This podcast is not a member of the Hive. This podcast is not
you tonight, bro. You were here, Nate.
Hey, you got to respect the kid. He plays with moxie. He's exciting. So, hey, there's at least that.
You're right.
What else we got for the playoffs?
Three words, Trevor. What are they?
Ricky. Hold on. I'm sorry. Ricky.
Yeah.
Seals.
Do it, Trevor.
Ricky Seals Jones, baby.
Yeah.
What about
Not only did he suit up, which you said he would.
What did he do?
But he also caught an amazing touchdown.
And how many
all
catches
the way
did he
around?
have? How many catches did he have last night?
Just one.
And what was that catch?
A touchdown, right?
Yeah, that's all you need.
And I think I looked at the snaps. I think he had like 2 or 3 snaps the whole game.
Yeah, he didn't play a whole lot.
He played like 3 snaps and caught a touchdown. That's what you call
the game plan is a little interesting. I fully expected them to run a lot
beautiful
more.
Ball too.
They ended up only running the ball 22 times.
And beautiful footwork.
When they talk about
that footwork was amazing.
When they talk about throwing a receiver open, that was that play. He was not open.
He looked there first, came back, and he was like,
let me go back and just throw it to where only my guy can get it or nobody. That was a great throw.
He got it.
Touching.
Stoner said Gibson would have 140 total yards. And
how many did he have?
That's even close.
No, but he was effective touching the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 5.3 average on the ground.
How many yards did he have?
He only had like 60-something maybe.
But he had a total of 73.
Enough. Yeah, he just didn't get the ball enough. But they threw the ball way more than I thought they would.
To be fair, 73 yards on 15 touches.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a point in time I was like, I think it was the beginning of the game. I was like, where's Antonio Gibson? Are we going to at least let him run it once? I think we did like 4 or 5 straight pass plays. So
I said JD McKissick saw the field a lot.
As he should.
Trevor? said William Jackson III would have a defensive touchdown. Not only did he not have it, but he got burnt twice, but only one was caught for a touchdown. The other one, luckily, Shepard. Was it Shep? No, it was Shepard.
Slayton. But that wasn't Slayton him. That was Landon Collins. He was too far. He bit
Landon
on the
Collins
tight end.
been on an intermediate route, and there was no top cover.
Steve Jackson was like, "Where are you at?"
Yeah, he's just like, "What? Yeah. Why is nobody back there with him?" Well,
but you know who else? And I say this every time. You know who else gets burned every week? The best defensive backs in the game. It's just a matter of consistency. William Jackson is going to get burned a lot.
We saw that last year when he played them.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right.
Fuller last year had an amazing season, but even he got burnt more than a few times.
Right.
No TDs, not even Jackson. I even tried to give you the gimme.
You did.
And
of anybody,
right? And not
there was only one turnover in the game, and that was committed by us. So.
Yeah. And then the last thing is the scores. Nathan had it 31-20.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bland, as he's known on the show, had it 31-20 also. Stoner had it 19-16. That's kind of my thing. 19.
But not only did you have 19-16, did you pick the Giants?
I did. Yeah. So, I'm 0-2 on the year.
Have a good night.
Trevor 27-9. So I think Nathan wins that one.
I win.
31-20.
I'll take the golden W.
Wait, you get a tie with Mr. Bland. He had the same score.
Shout out Mr. Bland one time.
That was fun. That was a fun dollar.
I want to say this too, Nathan. In the group chat last night, you asked us about the penalties. Are they looking as lopsided,
egregious, or whatever? Yeah.
And so, did they really? Was it that different being there live than on TV? Because they looked pretty legit. Almost everyone.
They were legit. Every one of them.
Yeah, in the stadium. And if someone else was there and they want to disagree with me, I'd love to hear it. But in the stadium, those calls looked ugly.
Bad.
They looked bad. They did not.
They were legit.
They were on both sides, but they were definitely ones that I was just like, what in the world are they looking at that they're calling that? So I mean, and to be fair, even that roughing the passer, looking back at it, that roughing the passer on Chase was not a good call.
No, by the book, it's a good call.
I understand by the book. I understand, I guess.
They said on TV that since he kept his right arm kind of wrapped, that's what got him the call, because he put his left arm back, but he kept his right arm kind of.
And he kept going. Like,
but you
took
can't.
A couple of steps. You got it once he throws it. Man. It is, but it's the rule. You can hate the rule, but it's the rule.
So honestly, what came down, the difference maker was penalties last night.
It was. It really was.
Because at one point we had 9, they had 7, then they end up with 11, and we had 9. So
and their happened. Penalties
being
were
a disciplined
brutal,
team will pay off.
Brutal. Yep.
Yeah. They hurt them in all facets of the game.
All right. Well, this has been the day after reckoning here on Ref the District. We do this every day after a Washington football game. You can actually catch our full show on Wednesdays. So we'll be live this next upcoming Wednesday, where we'll preview the Bills game, the Buffalo Bills game, which will not be a home game. So we'll be all watching it from our respective homes. I think Stoner may be coming down. He's got a goodie to come catch. And then also we'll have some fun. Trev is invited, but Trev doesn't want to drive up 3 hours to watch the game. So,
would you? I will one of these days.
Days.
I might even do it for the Bills game. I've got 10 days to decide.
We got some time. You guys got some time. You can catch this live again. We stream on our Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, or you can catch the restream on your favorite podcast platforms, because we'll put the audio out there. Tonight's going to be a little bit later as we got some stuff going on. Stoner's got some family, and I've got some things going on in Trev. Even though he has the keys to the castle, he's got a life going on. We're not gonna take that away from him.
I'm going to the bar tonight, so
he's going to the bar. You got to celebrate. Today,
shout out everybody coming in.
I want to shout out to everybody who came in. Yeah, absolutely.
That was
we got Big Doug, we got
Much
Tony,
love.
we got Steve. Thanks to everyone who joined in. Love to have it. I definitely want to continue doing that. So join us early. We'll make sure the links get out there to you as quickly as possible so you can join us as we stream live. Great show, gentlemen. And until next time, be a fan.
Be a fan.
We love Washington, and we some die-hard fans. Yeah, we are. And you know we keep it on 10. Let's talk about the offense 1, 2, 3, let's go. And they gifted. We are Nathan and the Stoner. Yeah, that's Ref the District. Podcast. Come on now and join us. Join it.